Hi, I'm Joe Revita from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we are one of only 25 Taylor Guitars online preferred dealers worldwide. So we bring you the best Taylor guitars, like this amazing Builder's Edition 717E that I'm going to show you today. You can see our entire collection of Taylor guitars right at empiremusic.com. You can chat with us through the site. You can always call us 412-343-5299. You can call or text me directly 412-915-7118. We do full factory setups on everything we sell, so we don't just inspect, we do full factory setups. It'll be ready to play whether you get it in-store or online. Now, let's talk about a Builder's Edition model, the 717E. The Builder's Edition models are very cool because they have Andy Powers prints all over them. This is his design and his line. And they all come with some comfort features and player-centric features, regardless of the actual guitar itself. And then obviously we want to get model specific with what's a 717E. Well, the 717E is a Grand Pacific body shape, which is a round shouldered dreadnought design. And what makes it a Builder's Edition is it has chamfered edges, player features like that, ergonomic bridge, so rounded bridge, rolled fingerboard edges. We have a compound carve neck shape, which moves with the shape of your hand, which is very, very comfortable in back. Obviously, V-brace, which is Andy Powers' design, but a beautiful instrument, and really the silent satin finish. These come in natural, and the honey burst here as well. You can see the beautiful rosewood back and sides. This model features a spruce top, Sitka spruce, rosewood back and sides. But there's a little bit of an upgrade here, and it has a torrefied Sitka spruce top. That's a baked top, and by baking the tops, we get a more mature sound. We get the moisture content reduced, the carbon content reduced, and it gives us a more played in sounding top. Basically, if the guitar had been aged kind of many years, like a vintage sound, which is cool because it gives us more body, a woodsier tone, which I don't know if I love that word all the time, but I think it's a good way to explain it. It's what I think about when I play it. Matched with rosewood, which is a very complex sounding tone with lots of overtones, tons of bass response, extra top end for sparkle. The mids are compressed, so you really get a big, full sounding guitar. But the V-brace allows it to stay defined, articulate, and still even. You don't want something to be so bassy and so trebly that it sounds muddy and brash. We want it to sound crystal clear up top with lots of dynamics, and we want that bass to hit you in the chest, but we don't want it to overpower the rest of the guitar. And I think this is an excellent representation of that. The V-brace gives us lots of sustain, and you can just really feel the power of the instrument when you're playing it. Ebony fingerboard and bridge. Taylor guitars play like butter because they have a great neck joint. I think the best designed neck on earth, and allows for a lower action that's really, really pleasant. But really, we're here to talk about the tone of the instrument. What does the guitar sound like? Well, again, torrefied spruce top, rosewood, just very dynamic. This body shape, and I'm going to show you the dynamic range of this guitar. It sounds great, light. It wants to be strummed and played a little heavier. If you like to play with a heavier attack, this is where all of the top end volume is going to come out of. This guitar can just give you as much as you ask for. So let's go ahead and do the dynamic range. Let's play light to heavy and see what you think. And I think this guitar is going to be a standout, especially when we're playing with that medium to heavy attack. massive tone. It's a really huge sounding guitar. With the lighter attack, it absolutely gives you body and response. But where it's really, really making its impact is once you start to lean into it a little bit. You get to that medium strum, that heavy strum, you really feel the guitar flexing against you and just emoting all the tone that you're after, which is really, really impressive. What I love about this is this still has the Taylor dynamic to it, right? Tons of definition, tons of articulation. The notes don't get sludgy. This is a really powerful instrument for Taylor. It's not a grand auditorium or grand concert. The smaller guitars, it's got that ability to really hang with bigger guitars in the marketplace, all the other brands that are made, but it still is a Taylor. It's got the DNA of a Taylor guitar. Super great sustain, super great balance, super great definition, which is great. So that bottom end, when it's hitting you, it doesn't sound like it's just going everywhere and just like washing out the rest of your sound. We don't want that. And what that's going to segue me here too is nicely is what's the middle of the guitar sound like? This is where I feel most dreadnoughts fail. Especially Rosewood guitars. They have so much bass and so much treble that when you get to the mids, they just are really lacking, and the guitar just sounds like a lot of bass and a lot of jangle up top. Here with the V-Brace and Taylor's just, wood combinations and their overall design, we never have that issue. So this guitar is really, really responsive through the mids, which makes it unique, I think, for most Rosewood dreadnoughts. Really, really nice. It definitely feels focused because that compressed mids really keeps everything nice and tight. And when I say tight, I mean just in its lane. It doesn't bleed out and sound murky, but still really, really responsive. It's really quite pleasant, a nice sounding instrument. And why that's important is while you might not play fingerstyle and light chords up and down the middle of the neck here, you are going to hammer on with your chords in your first position. And if you've ever played with a guitar player that you know, buddies, you've seen a concert and someone's up there wailing away in the first position and you don't hear anything, it's a balance problem. That happens a lot. So you'll see here that you really can handle the middle of the fingerboard is going to be shown nicely with some basic hammer-ons. The notes ring out really nicely. The 717E Builder's Edition, this is a fantastic instrument. If you want a big-bodied, full-sounding Taylor guitar that still gives you the clarity and the definition and the resonance that we want out of a Taylor instrument, man, this is your guy. Torrefied Sitka spruce top, solid East Indian rosewood back and sides, made in San Diego. Comfort features like the chamfered rolled edges, rolled fingerboard edges, compound carved neck. You have the ergonomic bridge, which is just very comfortable if you palm mute. All world-class features. Check it out at empiremusic.com. Chat with us through the site. Give us a call, 412-343-5299. I'd love for you to subscribe to our channel if you like our content. I'm Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with the Taylor 717E Builder's Edition. Thanks for watching.